Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I guess I should go ahead and answer this question because I don't think I've answered it recently. I might have covered this topic briefly in a Q&A, and that is why I don't discuss Olympic lifting very much and why I don't necessarily recommend it for people who aren't going to go and compete in Olympic lifting. The answer is pretty simple to that. Olympic lifting is a sport that I very much respect. It is probably the most prestigious strength sport anywhere in the world. The athletes have to be not only amazingly strong for their body weight, but they have to spend thousands of hours honing their technique and skill on these individual lifts, far more so than any other sort of strength sport. That also comes to the point of why I don't talk about it much, because there's probably nobody with a YouTube channel who's even qualified to talk about it, or to even discuss it or teach anyone how to do it. In order to coach someone to do this, you really need to be a coach who has many years of experience working around Olympic lifters, learning all the technique, because that's what they need. You can't just get into Olympic lifting on your own. If you want to get into Olympic lifting and you're not able to hire or afford or to be able to study under a very competent, experienced coach, you're wasting your time. It is a sport that requires massive amounts of honing of technique and someone else coaching your technique over and over and over for tens of thousands of times. So you're going to have to get a coach to do that. So for most people, that's just not an option. And as far as using it to get into shape, well, no, there are other methods that will get you into shape faster that don't require a coach, that don't require massive amounts of technique, just like I wouldn't recommend the sport of boxing for someone who wants to get into shape. While boxers are usually in amazing shape, most boxers don't use just their boxing to get into shape. They use weightlifting and tons of conditioning work and everything else to build their conditioning, endurance, strength, speed. And the boxing is oftentimes their technique and some of their conditioning work. So there are just faster, more efficient, and cheaper ways to get into really good shape or to become very athletic than doing one of these particular sports. And so I don't see the point in doing it for that purpose. Again, because Olympic lifting is so technical in its nature and requires so much coaching, there's other forms of weightlifting that you could do that you could reach your goals with far less training, far less coaching, far less time in the gym. They could reach your same goals. So again, I only recommend it to people who are going to actually compete in it. Otherwise, you're just wasting a lot of time and money. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. Oh, Mount Bicepius.